Good afternoon and welcome to the THC Show. My name is Glenn Wells and we're here on the downtown east side and we're providing high dose edibles to the people of the downtown east side in order to avoid opioid and hard drug overdoses. Today we will be having Gary and Bridgette from the Newton CSP join us. And we're also going to have a very special 420 moment for Neil Magnuson this year. So right now, I'm going to take a little break. We're going to do something special. From now on, we're going to start doing the show with this Neil's song. And here we go.
Well, let's get this underway then. What do we got for time? We are right there. Oh, cannabis. The sacred plant of peace. With healing powers, it helps our eyes to see. And with glowing joints, we make the point that the true north should be free. And with wise red eyes, we criticize the war against our family. God keep our staff from the police. Oh, cannabis, we stand here high and proud for this. Oh, cannabis, the sacred plant of peace. Thank you very much. We are just minutes away from 420.
All right. Hi, everybody. There we go. So, from now on, we will be, hey, Dominic and Mary, and thank you very much for allowing StreamYard to see your name. Mary, I miss you. I can't seem to find you on Facebook anymore. See if you can find me and add me again, please. All right, so now for the sad news. On Sunday morning around 2:20 a.m., our founder, Neil Magnuson, passed away at 2:20 a.m. He just stopped breathing. This has been a real hard thing for me and many other people because he was a very, very good friend of mine. And I'm trying not to be too emotional here. I do have a box of Kleenex and everything, but I tried. You can't find you either. All right. Well, I'll send you a. I don't know what to do, Mary. Somehow, maybe send me a message somehow. Go to my email, blue_eyesbc@yahoo.ca, and then maybe you can send it to me or send me some information that way, and we'll get a hold of each other. We'll work it out. All right. Yeah. So it's been very emotional. It's been lots of tears and stuff. So, yeah, as I was saying, Neil passed away 2:20 a.m. Sunday morning. He just stopped breathing. But he was here for 38 days and was able to receive a lot of friends. We were able to let a lot of people know that that he was passing and to come and visit him. So sorry about the shaking. I'm just a little bit of anxiety here. So, hi, Ron. Hi, Jesse. Hi, Mary and Dominic. Yes. Like I said, this man was my best friend. He took me under his wing during a very, very troubling time of my life, about 10, 12 years ago. And he meant so much to me. And I was here every week for him. He was always there for me. And there is no better friend I've had. Well, I've had some pretty good friends like Neil, but no better friend than that, Mr. Neil Magnuson. And I know that he's right here, right now with us. He's let me know that he's stuck around. He's like the sane voice in my head. I don't know if I'm insane or not, but you know, the reason, the voice of a reason. How's that? Hey, Patty. Hey, Jan. He's my voice of reason because I have so many thoughts and the ways that he helped me and stuff like that. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough every week, not coming here and knowing that he's not going to be here. He already is. It's like, I don't know. I don't even know if it's still hit me. I think I might be in shock or something like that still. But whenever I talk to somebody and have mentioned that he has passed, the tears come up, and yeah, I've had lots of tears before. And you guys may have seen the video already. The day that I announced it, there were lots of tears there. But you know, the man really filled my heart, and thank you. Many of them live, and they're thank you, Ron. You're doing great. Thank you. So I have very big shoes to fill, but I'm not going to try to do them. I'm going to try to do my own thing here, but in memory of Neil. So the things that are going to happen now is that we will start the show with O Cannabis. Well, I'll introduce myself, then we'll go to O Cannabis. We're going to get a moving picture frame put up here, and we're going to have pictures of Neil flashing by so you guys can see him anytime that we're doing the show. He's going to be right there. So also, we're not going to change the title. I'm going to keep it as Neil Glenwell sitting in for Neil for at least a year. That's just for mad respect for the person that was my best friend, and you know, that's all I can do for him right now. We're gonna have his picture here. We're gonna do his song, and I think that 420 will probably be dedicated to him too, because he was such an important person to us that I think that every 420 when we're sitting here, we sure remember Mr. Magnuson. So I think those are the new things that you're going to see here on the show. I hope that you're going to enjoy it. We're going to just continue to do the same stuff that we were doing before, but maybe it's a little bit different. I'm going to let you know that there may be some shows on different days, Tuesday, other than a Tuesday. This is because I would like to showcase all the CSPs. And even if I could get out to the East Coast one, I would even do that. So what I was thinking is maybe we could do some live shows and show you guys what the CSP people are doing. And then you can learn from what they're doing and maybe start your own CSP. This is the idea for this, because we need to save more lives. We really need to save more lives. We need to save your loved ones' lives and many other loved ones' lives. I've got to keep my hands off the table because I keep shaking. I don't know if you guys are seeing shaking, but I noticed it. Thank you, Emery. Thank you, Jesse. So getting it out there shows you guys what these people are doing for us and how many people are needing it. So if we can do that, then we could save more lives. And like I was saying, saving lives is important because you have loved ones in your families and stuff. And maybe one of those loved ones are right here, right now on the downtown east side. And if they are, and they're struggling, let them know about the Cannabis Substitution Program. You know, tell them, hey, I saw my family members saw a video. You guys talked about this, and we'll give them a free edible, and we'll give them a free joint, and we'll get them started on the road. Now, we can't put them on the program right away because the program needs more donators. We're at how many people on the program right now? 280? Almost 300 people on the program. So the program is that every 4 days, they can come here and get 420 milligrams of free gummies, edibles, joints, right? Edibles or joints, doesn't matter. Yeah. So you get 420 milligrams every 4 days. And those people have had their lives changed. Wow. Somebody just walked into the studio. That's just amazed me. Do you want to come on? All right, come on. We're going to have a special guest right now. Jody Emery is here. Oh,
Hello.
There you go.
Oh,
Thank you.
Just take
Yeah,
off.
get a big hug.
Absolutely.
Oh, there we go. Can we get a chair for Jody, please, George? Oh, thank you. Oh, glad you're here.
Oh, of course, man. Thank you for holding down the fort.
No problem.
For
I want to thank you guys
heroes.
for your kind words that day when we all met at the hospital and stuff. That was so very nice of you guys.
Of course.
Oh.
Thank you for letting us know that it was like really important to make it down there.
Yeah,
You know,
it was.
we got to see him a month earlier, and
Yeah, and when nobody missed out or anything, I know we're gonna need these, right?
I used the whole box.
You
day.
did.
I'm
And
sorry.
Carly Marley too, right?
Two of us girls just holding his hand.
Yeah, and rubbing his feet.
Yeah.
And it
It
was.
seemed like he was already in heaven.
Yeah, he probably was. If you guys were hold my hand and rub my feet, I'd probably be in heaven too. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like heartwarming, heartbreaking. You
Yeah.
know? It's
And it was very nice that you guys were there when I showed up. I didn't even know you were all three of us who were there. So it's good to have the four of us there.
Well, Dana had messaged and said, "Hey guys, like he heard you were coming because we said we would." So
Yeah.
it was like you should come on down, and so we heard.
And the way we made him smile by playing No Cannabis, eh?
Yes.
Oh man, he
loved
couldn't talk, but he was glowing. He was glowing. He has this smile on his face. You could hear himself singing, and man, that was so special. Instead of crying that day, we kind of left with smiles on our faces. Our hearts were a little bit lighter.
We definitely had to laugh and smile. And
Yeah.
he gave us a lot of thumbs up and said, "It's okay.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna be okay."
He knows that he had a good life. He said that he had a good life and that he was very proud of what he had done, and we were very proud of it too, right?
Absolutely.
So,
and not to say we didn't cry a lot too.
oh, we all
obviously, obviously it's so
there's so many tears, man. There's so many
I'm
tears.
trying to just remember he said just have fun, right?
Yeah.
Like just take having fun seriously.
Yep, that's it. Because
that's the only thing to take
that's the only way they can do
seriously.
it. You know, in life you got to have fun, right?
Absolutely.
Especially
and
when
you got to use the right medicine. Which
Yeah.
I brought along some
Did-
for myself.
Did you bring?
here.
Oh, I got some too. If you want.
Oh, sure.
Sure.
I was happy to share.
Yeah.
And have a smoke.
We'll have a smoke here going on. So we got. What time is it now? It is 4:13. So we got 7 minutes.
I figured it.
We're gonna go outside at 4:20.
Oh, good call.
So yeah, we got StreamYard for Cannabis Culture now. So we got the CNC up
awesome.
there. So we
Well
can have we can have 12 people in the backstage.
You make us look so professional.
Well, it's good. I want to
Awesome.
be professional because when we do Neil's after the celebration of life, we can do this.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
people that can't make it here, we can have them on the screen
Well, and
and
of
stuff,
course,
right?
like always feel free to come back to the studio and the Cannabis Culture Lounge and oh sure, that's a pretty lighter.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, but I love what you guys are doing here. Obviously, whenever I popped in and we've done some shows here and
Yeah,
there.
we have.
it's
I got
always
some
good
pictures. I
memories.
posted some pictures there. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing those too.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
it's wild when it's only after. Well, you realize you're old when you look at photos with friends. You're like, whoa, that's like almost 20 years.
That was 20 years. You
Holy
didn't even
smokes.
realize that it had been that
and
long,
when
right?
Neil first showed up, he was in his rollerblades
Yeah.
with a mullet ponytail, and he would roll around events and like hold up his signs and talk to people. And he's one of the most passionate, driven people I've ever known. And to watch him over the years evolve and like condensing his, because we all care so much and we have so much passion and knowledge.
Mm.
And when you try and present all that passion and knowledge to politicians or anyone, cops, like the public,
Yeah.
sometimes it can be overwhelming.
It
But
is,
he really
yeah.
learned how to perfect the message down to the key, like a fantastic communicator. But beyond that, it's singing "Oh Cannabis" on stage,
Oh,
and me
yes. Yeah,
standing there
yeah.
beside singing quietly, kind of wishing I could sing louder because I was a little shy.
I used to match
but-
his voice a little bit,
Yeah,
certain
but
words and stuff like that.
He's,
Yeah.
that was always like a true highlight that made me feel truly patriotic
Yes.
or patriotic.
Yeah. Patriotic.
I'm the master of terrible puns.
That's okay. We need him.
Punisher.
You got Chris, our weekly broadcast news. All right. Okay.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
So many good old friends and faces out there. And, I'm shocked at how time warped quite a bit with the pandemic. So it feels like legalization to now feels like it could have just happened. But
Yeah.
It's been a while. And it's, we all sat back and watched how it unfolded. And now everybody knows how it is. I don't need to go and explain. You all know, obviously. But now it's the time for us to resume with a very polite, told you so, and a little bit of fix this shit.
Yes, yeah.
Because, the most important thing I think about the work you guys have done with and what Neil and everyone else at all the other cannabis substitution projects have done, you're reminding everyone that cannabis is medicine.
It is.
It's a life-saving medicine. It is not just some neutral substance, and it's definitely not a dangerous substance. And for the government to regulate it and tax it like it is dangerous, that's the sin.
Yeah.
And cannabis is the tree of life. So reminding everyone that the government needs to let this plant be truly free, truly liberated, truly accessible to all, because it is the healing of the nations, and it is the answer to the overdose crisis. It is the answer to get away from big pharma. It is the answer. And, we just have to bring that back.
And we've proven the answer down here for
and that's
4
what's
years.
happening.
Yeah, we've got over 280 people on the program that we changed their lives. And if we're not here, they say we have to go back to the hard drugs.
Absolutely.
Right?
When all the medical dispensaries were wiped out with legalization, we've seen the harm from that. But I also see it's 419, and that means
that's fast.
Oh, okay.
We're good. We're good. We're at 417.
We still have more time.
My watch will beep at 419. Well, we'll vibrate at 419. We're good. We're good.
I like to be on time.
We're on time. Don't worry.
But yeah, I just want to honor Neil's legacy by really speaking loudly and honestly about how this is truly a medicine.
Yeah.
The government has to stop regulating it in a way like they're treating it as it's harmful and a threat to society. So
the government has to allow access to medical patients too.
Yeah,
because as a medical patient, anything that's in the government store ain't going to do me any good. It'd be a waste of money. It'd be going like, just here, take my money, because I know that shit's not going to do me any good.
Well,
right?
Really, you could make an argument that medical grade cannabis is what's still illegal.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
And that's what we're doing with the CSU and 100%. Stuff, right? When we do our protests and stuff, that's them saying, hey, this is still illegal.
Exactly.
But I got that lady. Didn't I?
Just go
buy it online, she says. I got that on video.
they don't even know. They're so confused in a knot of lies and prohibition and
because when we have a protest, that's what it's there for, is allow medical people to get this medicine that they need.
Absolutely.
Right? Because we can't do it in the government store. And I do believe, I haven't looked it up yet, but I think it's our constitutional right that we have the right to our own medicines.
That's why it's legal, medical cannabis based on our charter rights. That's the
we got 1 minute. We got 1 minute to go. It's 4:19. All right. Okay, so we're gonna go outside. So just let me get this camera going here. I'm gonna take you guys outside. All right. Hold on a minute. I think I'm gonna go and turn it sideways here. Okay, and then. And here, all right.
Look at you,
okay,
go.
we're gonna do this. All right, there we go. All right, hold on. Okay, get rid of that one. Open this one. There we go. All right. Now can we turn this camera around? No. Camera. No. That's not it. All right, it's 420. Is it? All right, happy 420, everybody. We're going outside. All right. Let's go outside. Hey, Bruce. Did you bring it over?
Portraits for maybe to hang up behind you.
Thank you. There you go. You can put it up. Thank you very much.
Bruce.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. All right, going outside. Let's go. Hi, everybody. Hey, let's go out to the RV. Come on. 420.
What's the duty?
There we go. Yeah. So, hey, everybody. Rosie from the Surrey RCMP.
No!
Surrey CSP. Sorry. Sorry. I didn't know that we can't turn the camera around, so we have to do it this way. But next week I'll know better.
Who doesn't have a beer?
Yeah. Who needs a joint for 420? There we go. There's a THC
Yeah.
Gary, he's our 420 just
Hey, man, how's it going?
There we go.
Hey guys.
We'll be going inside there. We got Jody Emery with us today. Nice. Yeah. Anybody want to say hi? Anybody want to say anything about Neil?
Neil, rest in peace, brother.
There you go. We're gonna miss you, buddy. Got Jody over there. It's a good meeting, Rosie. You guys want to say anything?
Love you, Neil.
Love you.
Hey, Neil.
All right. George.
Love from Jen,
And Jen Nelson. How you doing, Jen?
Good, how are you?
Good. How are you? Glad you can make it. You want pop? All right. All right. We should go back inside now. Did this thing here. We got Gary and Bridgette. You're married. This. Oh, we're back. All right, we're back. Good. I had to turn off the Wi-Fi. All right, guys, let's go on inside. Coming in. Okay, we're going back inside. You gonna come in too?
Yeah.
You come in, Jody? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, everybody, for showing up. Thank you.
Love you, Neil.
Okay, we're going back inside. All right, so now I'm gonna change cameras again. So 1 second, people. Cut. Audio's back. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Sorry, everybody. That's probably why people were calling to let us know. Hey. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. Go. Start from the beginning. So we're celebrating 30 years.
So yes, 30 years of cannabis culture. April was when Mark Emery came to Vancouver in 1994, started selling High Times magazine and Grow Your Own Stone books door to door, and opened up Hemp BC, started selling bongs and pipes openly for cannabis when everyone else said it was for tobacco use only.
I remember that tobacco
so he
use
said no.
only.
He's like, it's not for tobacco, it's for cannabis, which is better than tobacco. And then started selling the seeds, and so that lasted up until 2005, and the U.S. government came to Canada and shut that all down. And then long story on and on it goes, but here we are 30 years later. And so our headquarters in downtown Vancouver is still going. We still have 2 floors of cannabis culture.
And you just won your variants, your board of variants. You just won.
We took some time to like try and get so basically our building never really sold cannabis, but then for a period of time, you do what you do to continue helping other people, and I run the store downstairs and it's never sold cannabis.
Yeah.
So the store downstairs needs to be a licensed store.
Okay.
It's not making any money. Our landlord was harassed for quite a few years about the whole nature of the business, and he's amazing, but the government comes in heavy-handed and makes some threats, and so it was like, sometimes the heat gets too hot and you need to get off that oven so you can fight another day.
Yeah.
So basically we're trying to transition from the old ways to the new ways, but I'm not a weed selling corporate person. I'm not the whole corruption of the way legalization unfolded traumatized me and upset me for quite a few years. It's like I've got some chips on my shoulders that I'm dusting off, but the injustices keep me up at night still. I care about this. I care about the reasons we're supposed to be legalizing in the first place. And we haven't yet achieved our goals. And yet everyone says it's legal. You should be celebrating. Good job.
It's only legal for the people who weren't smoking.
Well,
now they can go to the store and smoke like everybody else, but they can get off on the 10% milligrams or 10 milligram stuff, right? Because they're new smokers,
what's
right?
happened is the government legalized it to destroy the medical aspect. So the government said, okay, we'll finally legalize it, but only to protect people because it's a threat to public health and safety. Those are the words they use over and over again. A threat to public health and safety over and over again.
Hide behind
and
that.
So that was the way they justified.
Yes.
Oh, another spam call. Who doesn't get those?
That's
the way they justify making the sin tax. That's how the alcohol wholesaling bodies of every province that control tobacco and alcohol, that's why they're controlling cannabis, because they're sin taxing it. They're
hiding
they're
behind youth and
taxing
public
it like
safety.
it's dangerous.
Dangerous to youth and public safety.
Exactly. And
Yes.
so they're trying to charge money because of the cost of public health, when really, as studies have shown, and as you guys have literally every day shown, cannabis is actually an improvement for society's health and public safety. It's actually a net benefit. They should be giving us tax receipts and reimbursements for being engaged with cannabis, because it actually is reducing the harm of alcohol and other hard drugs and pharmaceuticals. The real healing comes from cannabis, but the government doesn't like that. And even though for decades medical users and medical growers and medical dispensaries, they paved the way because they proved through all the court cases that cannabis is medicine. It helps sick people not be sick. It helps dying people not die. It is a miracle plant, and that's how we won the charter right to have medical access. And then decades later, corporate evil insider sharks and cops and politicians decide, let's just pretend it's still dangerous so we don't have to apologize for destroying lives and tearing apart families and wasting billions of dollars. Let's just not apologize for that, because then people will say, what else do you have wrong? So let's say, no, we were right. It was really, really bad, and we have to protect you from it. by having more laws and more cops and more enforcement money and tax it to death and
Hire a
punish
whole
the
special
users.
task force, the
Yeah.
CSU, to come after you.
And even now, the government is still saying in their latest Cannabis Act review, they do not want to increase the number of users.
Yeah.
Well, that's saying directly you want to make sure people can't change their health and turn their lives around if they haven't discovered cannabis yet. They damn well should be able to, and at an affordable, accessible price, at a dosage that actually works as medicine, not just cannabis for novices. We have to be able to provide medicine. And if the government admits that it's medicine, oh shit, not only is it just a neutral, it's not just like coffee, it's even better than coffee.
Yes. They can't say that because they lied.
They lied.
They told us it was bad for us.
No.
So
This
for
is
them
why
to
I
reverse,
believe, Jody.
for them to reverse it and say now it's healthy for them, it's going to look like the indigenous people that, we all got to put them in schools and everything, but when they were all wrong, and now they're apologizing for it now. So they're doing the same thing with cannabis because this is going to kill you, this is going to make you go out and murder people and everything. But so now they can't turn around and look like liars and say, well, this is really good for you. You got an endocannabinoid system in your body that needs this plant, but we didn't want you to have it because you're going to live longer, you're going to be healthier, right? Yeah.
Well, no, that's the whole thing,
right,
Jody. That's my point. My point is, this is what I believe. I believe the governments, man, those who control the opiate poppy fields around the world in their wars they create, and the ones that the coca leaves down there in South America where they do their shit too, and they make all this shit. They bring it, but it's not even real anymore. Let's face it, it's not. It's and the fentanyl and all these things. And then they prescribe them in pills and they give them to the old people for like how many years? And that's the thing, is Suboxone and methadone. Yes, they work in some ways, but really it's, again, like, I believe, Jody, 100% that cannabis can be used in all forms, but first medical detox. So we need more detoxes built by the government or whatever, like tons of detoxes. We detox these people and we put them into cannabis substitution friendly houses, because recovery seems to be a relapse center out there. So what's happening, eh?
Too, right? Like
Can I just mention this?
Yes, Rosie's in the
I'm a
recovery
community
field.
addiction support
Yeah.
specialist. I
Yeah.
do work in the field for the
Yeah.
last several years. And I just wanted to mention this because I recently was meeting with a member who wanted to join the program. And mainly because when she got into our program, she never did meth.
Yeah.
She was smoking marijuana.
Yeah.
But because she was put in a program where there was other people using meth,
She got
she
onto it.
found the accessibility to get the meth a lot easier than the marijuana.
That's
so
the
she strayed
gateway.
away from the marijuana, and now she's full blown in meth. But since coming into the meeting the CSP and learning about the Cannabis Substitution Project, she's become a member, and she is not using meth anywhere near like she used to.
Yeah.
Because it's hard not to touch it when you've already been dabbling in it and it's around you. But she'll say, no, I have my cannabis, I'm just gonna stay with my cannabis. When you're coming from a harm reductionist perspective like myself, that's huge.
That's a
This
step
woman
forward,
is
right?
disabled in a wheelchair
Yeah.
and is shaking profusely. Without her marijuana, she will not stop shaking.
Yeah.
So it's medical for her, but she can't even afford it. So having low barrier access is critical for those types of people.
Yeah, I'm going to let Jody in, and then we'll have the three ladies in here.
Another thing is, Bridgette's got a great story about that and the cookies. About
And
the girl at
it just
Safeway.
just to see her change, like the marijuana is everything.
Yeah, but we see the changes down here. There's
She's like,
280
I'm like,
people
where
in
were
the
you going to
program.
get it before? And she's like, well, sometimes I go down to Owl Drugs in Vancouver. I'm like, you live in Surrey.
Yeah.
You're in a wheelchair. You're going to Maine and Hastings?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Because she can't go to a dispensary.
No.
And there's
You
so
can't
much,
afford it.
there's so much focus right now, nationally and internationally, talking about decriminalization and the drug war crisis, the toxic drug crisis, the overdose crisis, and there's so much focus on it. And I believe in all harm reduction, but I think it makes sense to let people find a way out with cannabis.
Yeah.
Like as a choice, like it's good to.
But the
have
government's
safe
not going to
means
make as
of
much money if we do that, right?
And this is another
Right.
concern
Right.
is that they want to be able to control the treatment and the dosage. Maybe big business is moving into being the sole providers of more hard drugs that people can use for free. But if the government's going to subsidize or give out drugs to keep people alive, let's also help subsidize and support cannabis to
Yeah.
help people if they choose to
Get off of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
because
a lot
we
of
found
people
out that
that
1 week of high dose edibles, you won't even have to go into a treatment center or anything. Your sweats are taken care of, your body aches are taken care of, and then a week later you're bright and cheery, and you don't feel like doing your product anymore. Your drug of choice.
I can actually interject in that.
Yeah.
There's actually
I love her
one
story. You got to hear her
Hey,
story.
let's
Bridgette's
go.
Oh, is this
story.
the one that was
No, the one where you were a total greenie.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love
So
this.
hey,
Not,
how you
not
doing?
in technical terms, different kind of
So
greenie.
I've never smoked cannabis. I've never eaten
She doesn't to
cannabis.
this day.
And I was introduced down here with Neil and my boyfriend at the time. And at the time we were talking, and he had suggested that I be a baker. I'm like, what did you do? And he goes, oh, no, you didn't. He goes, oh, yeah, I did. I said, what are you talking about? I said, well, I'm going to be the scientist and you're going to be the baker.
Oh, wow.
And this is how it's going to go down. I says, you're nuts. So about a week later, I came down and Dad was here. And I said to Neil, I said, he said, oh, you need butter. So he got up in the chair and brought these 2 stinky lumps of, I don't know what that was.
Green butter. Yeah,
Butter.
yeah.
And
That's
he's-
butter. I know
Yeah, and he said, oh, it's can of butter. I said, oh, can of butter. Yay. I know what the hell is happening. So anyway, he said, oh, I guess you need a bag because I'm going to get on the SkyTrain. It's pretty stinky stuff.
Yeah.
So anyway, put it in the bag, go home. And before I left, he says, don't worry about it. He says, you don't have to be perfect. Just do your best.
Yeah.
And,
You did,
all is
and it
well.
hasn't stopped.
Yeah. So anyway, I started making these cookies and, we gave them out, and there was really nothing going on. And then one day, it was July of that year, and there was a lady who had a disc 3 and 6 injury. She was thrown out a car window in a very serious car accident. She's about maybe late 20s, early 30s. And she was sitting outside the cello. There were 3 girls on a blanket and she couldn't move. She was in pain. She was in severe pain. She couldn't move, sitting with her back up against a wall. I gave her chili in a bun and she kind of looked at it like, I can't even eat it, man. I can't move to get to it.
Yeah.
I said, well, I'll just leave it here. And I said, oh, and by the way, my boyfriend has some cannabis products. She goes, cannabis?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You got cannabis? Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
So like, Gary, give her extra.
Yeah.
So we gave her the cookies and a little doobie package and some edibles of some sort. Anyway, so we went around the block. We did a couple trips back and forth, and we came back about 45 minutes later, and I just went, oh my God. I came around the corner. She was not only sitting up, fully moving, she was laughing and joking with the girls, eating the bowl of chili. And I was like, holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Nice.
I
Nice.
said to Dad, I came down here and I said, Neil, I seen it with my own eyes.
Now-
and Dad started to cry and he says, do you see why we do what we do?
Yeah.
And I said, yes, I do.
Yeah.
So now on the days I'm tired and grumpy and I don't want to bake, and then I keep thinking, this cookie, the cookie that I put on that tray, that we don't know how it's going to help someone, but I know it's going to help somewhere, somehow. I don't know who or
Yeah.
when or why. It's just make those cookies, get them out there, and it gives me such a sense of
We got to put this in
accomplishment.
perspective.
It's
folks,
accomplishment.
on live TV right now.
Okay.
This lady right here makes 300 cookies a week,
Yep.
completely
It's a lot of work.
free
Yeah.
of charge.
Free of charge.
Oh, yeah,
Remember,
I know.
when
Yeah.
we say completely dedicated volunteers, we mean that, right?
Yep.
Completely free. And I make about 100.
But you're doing other work. Yeah, you're doing
I
other
go
work
and do
too.
my thing on Saturdays. And
Cookies,
Tuesdays.
I just do what's on normal cookies. That's hard work, so
So this is the cool thing. This is the really cool
Not to
thing.
mention make the butter and everything else. This is hours of vigilant work. It
Okay,
takes.
I gotta share this with you. Okay, I bake and roll and it's all good. So any hoodles, my daughter came to me addicted to fentanyl,
Yep.
absolutely beaten up. She was a mess. She came to my door. Of course, I wanted to make sure everything was safe and nobody's after her or whatnot. She detoxed in my house from a 9-month meth addiction with fentanyl. She detoxed with high dose edibles, a high dose Gravol product, and fruit smoothies. In 6 days, my daughter, literally on the 6th day, stood up and she's just completely fine. She came back to color.
See, that's what
No
I tell
drugs,
you.
no
1 week.
Suboxone, no methadone. It was literally in front of my eyes.
Yeah.
She detoxed in my
Yeah.
own house.
Yep.
So
And you didn't need a bunch of specialists or some
No.
counselors
You
or
didn't need
anything.
an
You
opioid to
just
come off
needed
the
some
opioid.
and some
No.
cannabis,
And there's
some
no program to come
natural
off the
cannabis.
program. I'm
Yes.
saying,
And it
like,
was
when you need
grows
a program to come off the
freely.
program, that's a problem. Okay, that's a huge problem.
And
You
I'm
need no
saying
program.
that it was really bad to see my daughter go through. I mean, it's bad to see anyone go through that, but literally to watch her go from that dope sick to literally standing straight up and down,
In 6
lighting a
days.
smoke, going outside, nothing in her.
Yeah,
Like not
and
even
if
Suboxone,
she would
methadone.
have went through treatment, it would have been maybe 6 months or a year.
Oh no, they would
or-
have put her straight on Suboxone or methadone.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
everybody's
yeah,
getting
yeah.
put on some sort of opiate agnostic therapy like Cadian, methadone,
Oh,
methadose.
just to keep you in the
They also
pharmaceuticals.
do the IRA
Yeah.
program, which is
Yeah.
a weekly injection of, like, you can go every day and get an injection of morphine under Fraser Health's law, but you can't go get a joint. You can't get a joint,
Oh,
but you can go
But
get.
if you want to give them more than 10 milligrams of weed, they've all got to have a note.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's what they. That's how
So I
cannabis
guess-
says.
I guess the reasoning for some of the things we do. I met a girl probably late 20s. She was just alcoholic. She was addicted to alcohol only. She then she relapsed from alcohol, went into drugs, and she said that she would rather die of a fentanyl overdose than to go on Suboxone or methadone because she couldn't take the side effects.
Oh, that's really
And because
bad.
it was causing her chronic pain, what happened was because you can't get the oxycodone with the doctor's prescription of triplicate.
Yeah,
She then went to the street stuff.
yeah. And
So now she's not
alcohol
only-
and
That's the
stuff,
gap, yeah,
right?
because
Yeah. So
Yeah.
now she's
Yeah,
drug
you know,
addicted
Suboxone.
and stuck. And she said, I'd rather die. I'd rather die out here of fentanyl than to go on to Suboxone or methadone.
That
So that
yeah.
stops her from going into a treatment program where, if we were to offer her like the higher dose edibles in a cannabis product, like, why not? There's
Yeah.
no side effects to it.
And
I mean, you might break out in a bag of Doritos, and have a little sleep.
I think expecting somebody who's
You're
done
not
hard
gonna
drugs
die
for
of
long
cannabis
periods of
overdose.
time to completely go right to abstinence is unacceptable.
Mhm.
It's not
Yeah.
going to happen.
Yeah.
And why are we setting people up for failure when we're sending them? Okay, you have to be clean for 3 days before you can even get here and get the help and support.
Yeah,
That's
it's
not
crazy.
okay.
No,
They're
it's
not
I
gonna
just
get
pick
there.
people off the streets and put them in my recovery house and Grant
That-
Peterson,
There you go. Yeah.
so many of them, that are clean today. I ran a recovery house for 3.5 years. This is back in 2008.
Yeah.
So I've been in this. I come from the opioid epidemic. That's how me and Neil became together. Was because of the opioid crisis.
Mm.
That's and
Yeah.
this vision he had, right? And I'm just so grateful I got to know him, right? And
He's a champion. Like, I have some great photos and video of him at Vancouver City Hall when we were talking about the opioid crisis, and the mayor Kennedy Stewart at the time had said, "We will do anything, whatever, anything that's possible. We're going to look at any and all options to tackle this crisis."
Mhm.
And Neil did his incredible
Except for
speech and
cannabis.
all. Yeah, and then I stood up
Yeah.
and I started reading aloud actual studies because they always say they just need some studies. And I'm like, okay, I've got
Yeah, we got
some
some
studies.
studies for you. Yeah.
And as I was reading it, the mayor rolled his eyes at me.
Yeah.
And as soon as the light came on, my 5 minutes was up, he's like, okay, you can wrap up. And I was like, oh, all right, I thought I had another minute. And he's like, nope, that's it, that's all. And this
Oh, wow.
was so dismissive. But I was there with Neil and Vandu, and we met with Rebecca Bly, and I gave every single counselor a handout of take it for yourself, take these studies, read it yourself. And apparently she took the information from Neil and I that day and had known of people suffering from drug addiction and looked into it herself instead of just being told what to vote on at City Hall. And she's been one of the best champions for changing the laws as best as she can to open up access.
And
it's
with
a
the
tough job, but the things you say when you actually go and you speak truth to power, and like Neil, you practice and you just distill it into the essence, the unavoidable truth, the ringing of a bell of truth. That's so obvious that people can try and ignore it and cover it up and lie about it, but it will strike some people right to their core, and they might have the power to do something. And that's the influence and impact you have. And Neil had that in spades. I can't even tell you how many people I saw him preaching to and speaking the truth to. And I only saw 0.5% of it. And that was a lot. And you guys were lucky to bear witness to that great work and to carry it on. And so I admire from afar. I try and like everything on Facebook, and I'm down trying to keep cannabis culture alive so that we can not disappear, and so that we can find a way to take the good people and the goodness that's still out there in this weird legal, semi-legal fucking mess thing, and just find the good folks, support them, bring them attention, bring them the praise they deserve, because the regular consumer Canadian out there who wanted it to be legal and they campaigned for it as a voter and just as a regular citizen, they think it's all legal.
We got duped.
And honestly, guys, I don't like to vote, and I know voting's important. I'm sorry to say this, but you know what? I in 2018 specifically for him,
Yeah.
and this is what he does.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh,
We're all feeling
sad.
betrayed. We're all
I'm
feeling
totally betrayed.
Didn't
But
his
the
wife
problem
leave him
is-
because she went into the cannabis industry?
I don't know.
that part.
That's
I heard
exactly.
she cheated on him or
No,
something.
no, she went into the cannabis industry,
Yeah, but
and he
it's-
couldn't stay with her because of that.
Yeah. Oh, and you know, another
There
thing
are
we have
some
to work on.
people trying to make it work in the league. That's the point. It's like we've seen the last few years.
Yeah.
This legal system is here, but there are corporate sharks and assholes, and we have to make sure they don't succeed. And we have to find the good people who are trying their damnedest to bring their true homegrown craft cannabis skill. Like I was a very skeptical person, and I still am because I know the harm caused. I know the rot, but there are good people, and they're trying to survive, because if they give up and fold their operations, then it's only big mega corporate cannabis factory farm shit.
I'm
We
so
have-
grateful
and
for
so-
those people too.
Right? We
I know
have
a
to
few of
find,
them.
so there's just there, and they're not many, but if you
Yeah.
want to know what cannabis culture is doing to celebrate 30 years, we're trying to find a way to make it so every time someone buys legal cannabis, because that's what they're kind of being forced to do, and that's their option, and they're doing it, maybe that can make a difference. Maybe every purchase can have an impact,
Yeah.
similar
Yeah.
to how
Yeah.
So
seeds
at
did
the
before,
lounge, you
other
can
things
smoke
did.
gray market cannabis and the
All
government.
cannabis
All
is
cannabis
welcome,
is
of
yes. Oh,
course,
good,
but
good,
it's
good.
like,
And
well, but
also
we're not
another thing that we
discriminating.
have to get through is the stereotype in the hard drug world that cannabis is weak. Right, because when I was doing crack, somebody would have me, "Oh, I don't need that. I got the crack, man. I don't need to smoke that stuff. That's gonna do any. It's not gonna do anything for me, right?" But we got to get rid of that stereotype, because as many those people out there that say, "Hey, cannabis worked for me as a hard drug user," it'll work for you, because they don't have phones. They can't be seeing this video and stuff like that, right? But we need to change that stereotype.
I'll tell you, when they're dope sick and you pass them a cookie,
Yeah.
they're real happy.
Oh, are they okay?
Oh,
so
very
they're
much
learning.
so.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's good.
Oh,
Very
thank
much
you.
so.
You don't
Well,
understand
because-
Oh,
how
thanks,
much-
man. It's taking the
Yeah.
edge off.
Because I was doing
Yeah.
doing
Oh, yeah.
crack in the
Yeah,
90s,
that's,
but
I
I
know,
was
I know
Takes
as
the
an
edge.
opioid addict myself who was on Hastings in 2008 shooting drugs.
yeah.
I mean, I would be like, somebody please give me a doobie.
That's
I
good.
just want to chill the
That's
out.
good.
I've been up
Yeah.
for days.
Yeah.
I'm hurting. I just want to
They
calm
just want to
down, go
mellow
bed.
out. They just want to
Yeah.
mellow out. They're
Ask people.
strung right
They're-
out.
You can't even find marijuana. You can find crack, heroin, and meth.
Yeah.
Right?
Or find a good
That's
joint.
so
Hey,
bad.
that's really hard.
Well, that's it.
It's easier to find those things than
Yeah,
it is
then
to
it
get
is the
marijuana.
cannabis
It
products.
is.
Because
Yeah.
they, with all the regulations and with the Cannabis Act and all that, it's become more inaccessible for people who need it the most. And I know like people who are low, that are low income, even low income, like my friend here, Melissa, she's she helps me a lot with the CSP in Surrey. She
Thanks,
avoids
Melissa.
babies and
Hey,
stuff.
Melissa.
You know, she's on
She's over
disability.
there.
That's all. Her job is working with me. I pay her to help me, right? But she's low income. She can't afford
Oh,
to
it's
go-
expensive.
Yeah, it's
Medical
so expensive.
cannabis?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
gotta buy it
It's
from the gray
expensive,
market.
man.
You really do.
Television prices were
Man,
too
I got
high.
stuck in northern Alberta and I had to go to dispensary. So my
I
partner
was
went
in-
to St. Paul, Alberta to the honeycomb. You know, I bought 2 Ace and I paid $90.
It's mad.
I was like, I just paid $100
It's so
for
much
7 grams of weed.
Oh yes.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah.
At least if you're going to
Right
triple
now,
tax,
gray market,
I
you can get
got
an
babies
ounce
going
for $100
on my I don't
now.
even buy this shit when I run
Right?
out. I
Yeah.
have no weed. I
Yeah,
had
I
no
was in
choice.
Chilliwack.
I
at
needed
least
a
with the
time
tax
to,
money, at least make housing with it. Triple tax. Where's the housing? Where's the housing for the homeless people?
Because of the place
Like,
that I was
I don't get
living,
it.
I only had $1,000 left.
Oh wow.
$1,000 a month went to weed
Yeah, books. It's gonna get
because
you
it was like $200 a day for pre-rolls because I wasn't able to roll in the house that I was living at.
You
So
guys
it
are
was either
doing-
roll outside or have them pre-roll.
It's definitely
And
important work.
disgusting. Like weed should not be high priced like that.
No, it
Like,
shouldn't
how
be.
are people supposed to?
Especially when it's
have
that crappy.
Yeah,
Did you bring
It's
the
for the rich.
Dan?
It's for
Did you bring
everyone.
Right?
It's for everyone, not rich people.
People come to me and say, "Why is
He
there
doesn't wanna be.
pockets in
No.
the dispensary duties?
They
Why
can't
is there
work
What?
because of the
pockets
pain
there?"
they're in.
Come say hi,
They can't
landlord.
work because of the pain they're in, right?
And everything. Yeah, they're
How are they going to work like that when you're in chronic pain?
Here's
all the
our
time? You can't afford it, and you have to pay your rent.
Ceremonies guy, our grand marshal, Steve Jensen, our landlord. Well, not our landlord, but the landlord we nicknamed him. Yeah.
Glenn.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Nice, good to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I've had a couple bad days.
Yeah, so have I.
Yeah.
Last night too. Yeah.
He's always been there for me, Neil, no matter what.
Yeah.
The world just lost a wonderful, wonderful man.
It has. It has.
We're going to march one day soon through the city of Vancouver. I'll be there.
Yep.
If I can help you or Daniel in any way.
Thank you. Yeah.
I haven't slept in a couple of days.
We should get you some high dose edibles and let you sleep.
I see him before he passed away.
Yeah.
Thanks to Bruce.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
He had the biggest heart of ever in Vancouver.
Yep.
We had differences. He's always helped me though, and at the bottom line, I think I've known him for over 20 years. And opening up, been a holy roller with George for many years.
Yeah.
I can't even roll joints anymore.
You're all rolled out, are you?
I'm all rolled out.
You're all rolled out, are you?
These are tears of joy too, because I love Daniel. I love you.
Yeah, I love you too,
I
my
love
friend.
everybody in this room. I'm getting a bit old too, but I'm slowing down. I keep falling down. I haven't fallen down for 3 weeks.
That's good. Yeah. Yeah.
No cane or my electric wheelchair is stuck in my room. So. Yeah. It was so good to see him before
I was so happy that so many people were able to see him.
Bert, my mom, and everybody just
everybody is having fun. Yeah. And Guppy. He's up there with Guppy, right? Jody, I wanted to ask you on July 1st, would you come and speak?
If I'm here, I might be with my parents.
Okay. All right, because I know Dana's going to be speaking. He's agreed, so I figured I might as well ask you too.
If the family trip doesn't work out, then I will absolutely.
Sure. All right, that would be great. That would be nice to have you there.
One thing I learned was I devoted my whole life 100% to the movement, the cause.
Yeah.
And then when it got legalized and things,
you realized what you were missing.
I was like, I'm like, who am I actually?
Yeah.
So I think I remember our dear friend Greg, Marijuana Man, when he passed. Before he passed, he told me that he and Rose, his partner, had actually been able to go out for picnics, and go for drives, and go enjoy life together. And I remember that made me so freaking happy, because I was like, you got to do other stuff too.
I've never got time for nothing. Rolling boobies is about it.
It was only
rolling cookies and doobies. That's all I do.
It's important to have that purpose, but also when you care so much about something and you're burning so bright about it, you can burn, like they say, you burn twice as bright but half as long.
Yeah.
You can burn yourself out literally. Yeah. And so I'm just trying to think of all these soldiers we've lost, all these people we've lost. I feel like maybe, we have to give it down. That's our job. We are the soldiers. We are out there fighting and putting our lives on the line. It is going to hurt.
If everybody
is going to suck.
Nobody fights anymore.
But we have to do that. But also, there's a certain point where,
but try to make change.
Yeah, if you want to keep going, though, you have to look after yourself too.
Yeah,
and I think that was another message Neil left us with, was like,
do what you can, but have as much fun as you can, right?
But also recognize when you need to look after yourself, because you need to be around to take care of other people. And not everybody lives forever, of course. Their legacy lives on in people, but they don't. But just while you're here, try and have some balance. But I will say, watching things unfold for a while, and I'm still passionate as ever.
Yep.
It just felt like, what can we do?
Now we just have to balance it, right?
And
I've been able to balance it now and stuff like that too.
So don't worry. I've had some normal life stuff. I do activities and family things, but for a long time I was so devoted. My mom always joked, when I want to check in on you, I look at your Twitter. That's kind of sad.
You know what?
I should spend more time with the loved ones, because time flies by fast. And do take the time. Do spend the time. Do what Greg did. Go for a picnic. Do what Neil did and have fun. I wish he could have. I hope he had a lot of other fun outside of just giving a damn all the time, because that's exhausting, giving a damn all the time.
Yeah.
But
my mom calls me a junior celebrity. The only reason I'm junior is because I don't have a chauffeur or security yet.
But you guys are doing great, keeping this going, keeping the going. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it's been a tough time in cannabis culture. Like, for everybody. Everybody's
Well, we're there for you
But
too. Yeah.
we're the grassroots. We can't die. Prohibition didn't eliminate us. Legalization is not going to eliminate us. We've changed things for the better before. There are benefits, like there, just because. Let me just throw this out there.
Go ahead.
For most of us who care about cannabis and use it, it's been part of our lives, and we've smoked it. We go to parties, we smoke it. We smoke it at home. We smoke it on the street. We proudly, smoke it everywhere.
Yeah.
And that was no problem for us because fuck it, that's what we do. But for most Canadians, average Canadians, the vast majority of Canadians, they had to hide it or they'd get fired. They had to hide it or their ex would try
Or get a criminal record.
Yeah, there's all sorts of terrible outcomes from just the people who would have gotten a simple record for possession, smoking a joint on the streets, and encountering a cop. That has stopped. And I've had people say to me, you know what? Thank you for legalizing it. I'm like, I don't credit that shit with me at all.
Yeah.
But what they mean is, thank you for letting me use cannabis openly and without fear. And for a lot of Canadians, that was major. So there are
That's why they,
It's like that terrible dilemma of like a train track, and the train is either going to hit, like, do you sacrifice one to save five?
Yeah.
And it's almost like it's a tragedy what's happened with legalization. But I believe this plant has the magic to be the healing of the nations. And I believe that if we just don't give up and don't stop watering it and giving it light and giving it love, it will grow and persevere. And it will break through the pavement. Cannabis is designed with us. We need it, and we are going to have it. And it will happen if we keep working hard on it, but you can only work hard if you're also having fun. So
yes,
have fun.
Yes.
Eat good food, drink water, stay hydrated,
stay balanced.
Don't leave. I just want to do a quick song. I'm sorry.
No, are you gonna do this? All right, he's gonna do this. Oh, cannabis, the sacred plant of peace, with healing powers. It helps our eyes to see. With glowing joints, we make a point. The true north should be free. With wise red eyes, we criticize the war against humanity. God keep our sash from the police. Let me see you. Oh, cannabis, we stand here high and gore thee. Oh, cannabis, the sacred plant of peace. Yeah!
Love you, Neil.
Love you, buddy. I hope you heard that all the way up there. Yeah.
We're not as good as you. We know.
It's a good attempt. It's a good attempt.
Even in the hospital on Tuesday, he looked at me, he goes, the worst redemption of all.
Yeah, but it was best. That's what he told me too. Yeah. It was epic.
Because we stood on the stage and he was live, and we just tried our best.
Yeah, we did. When we did a good job, he was really appreciative.
He gave us a heart, so it mattered. God gave us a heart.
Yeah.
We tried.
We're gonna get it memorized. We're gonna have it at Canada Day.
Yep, we will.
I'm gonna get a projector.
I
Screen.
Yep.
So I want to do a slideshow.
There you go.
All that stuff.
Perfect.
It's gonna be like a tribute.
We have
Oh, yeah.
obviously, we have so much content with Neil for all the years. Please
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, and I'm
I saw
sorry
you on
about
Facebook.
the sound. This is the first day with StreamYard, so I just had to click the mic. Yeah, we did StreamYard. Yeah, so now we can bring in other people, and then also his celebration of life. We can have people that can't make it in the studio,
wonderful.
so we can have 12 people in the studio and StreamYard waiting to say something during
wow.
his celebration of life.
That's
Also,
awesome.
so yeah,
Right
so
on, boy.
we'll do a live thing.
We'll
We'll do that. Yeah, what we're thinking is it'll be either June the 15th or the 16th, but the 16th happens to be Father's Day, so we're probably going to move it to the day before, right? And then we can do a live stream and everything else like that, so we can bring people in from across Canada or the States that may have known him, right, and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what we're planning on doing. So there will be a meeting tomorrow. Dan, myself, and Cindy are going to have a meeting. So as far as it looks like, it'll be at the Danish store in the basement where we had Jerry's. Jerry Martin's had his funeral. Lots of space there. We can set up screens. No, but it'll be perfect. And there's an outside place to smoke and everything too. So, Yeah.
Please,
Those
sorry.
little plants.
Anything I can do?
It will be by invitation. Okay.
clean,
Also,
cook,
we're going to be doing it by
organize,
invitation only.
Invitations, anything.
Yes,
Please,
invitation.
Just
All right.
please go, Rosie. I delegate this task.
So
to
are we
you, and
doing
I'll
like like food at all? or
Yeah,
anything like
dude,
that?
Darren Terry from the BC Bud Guys has donated us a pig.
Wow.
He's going to roast the pig for us and bring it down there.
So do we have anything to go with
What
it?
about when we
Oh, yeah, maybe, yeah.
What are we gonna
with the
Pig,
pig?
yeah.
We need stuff to eat with the pig.
Well, yeah, I know. We've got to GoFundMe that's raised over about $3,000 in the GoFundMe already. We have a $5,000 donation from one of the suppliers, and we got $500 in cash. So we've got some extra money, right? It's also to go towards this burial, right? So yeah, that's why we're doing this, right? There's a GoFundMe on the Glen Wells page. Yes.
We also have in cannabis culture, we have a box of the Cannabis Substitution Project hoodies.
Okay.
So I would like to make sure you guys receive those, and if you want, you can we could sell them in the store
Sure.
too. People could come get them and
Yeah.
fundraise. For
Yes,
this.
yeah, please,
Or
yeah.
use them yourself, but they're there. We have a box. So
Okay, thank you.
Also, I do have to leave now, and I just
Okay.
want to thank you so
Oh,
much
thank
for
you.
standing by your friends.
Thank you for being here. My kind of
And
first full show. Yeah.
I'm
friend.
trying hard to laugh,
Yeah.
and you got to see me cry quite a bit, and I
Yeah.
don't want to cry because I know that he wouldn't want to see me be sad, but you're
He's
allowed to
happy
cry.
that we're being positive
You're allowed
here. We're laughing and
Yeah.
singing for him and stuff
Well, when
like
you
that.
you see the signs of your loved ones
You do.
everywhere, and I was thinking, Neil, the light in your eyes is now the stars in our skies.
Yeah.
You can be our guide. Take it all in stride.
We will.
All right. Thank you for everything
Thank
you're
you.
doing.
Yeah,
Thanks
we'll be
everyone
back
for
to you
tuning
soon.
in.
And
Don't give up the fight. It's not over yet.
All right. Okay. It's 5:02. I'm gonna close it off now because we only do an hour show. We want to thank you everybody for coming down. For those who did come down to smoke with us at 420. Neil, we love you. We miss you, and we know you're here with us. Like I said, we're going to be doing some new things here. I don't know if that's shaking or not, but it is on the video. Is it?
Bye, Glenn.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
We'll see you all next week. Thank you for tuning in to Cannabis Culture and Pod TV. Cheers. Oh, go out and do something nice for someone today. They might do something nice for someone else. And while you're doing that, have as much fun as you can. Cheers.